wind.
Right. This thing just shut down on me again.
Mm-hmm.
I got an hour's worth, though.
Yeah.
And there's another plane coming up the way up there.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of murky down there, ain't it? I see him flashing it. I see that.
Yeah, well, he's just taking a turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I see him going west.
Yeah.
I can just remember them two things.
Does it make you nervous being on camera?
I'd forgotten about it.
I did too until I heard it beep. It just shut down on me again. See, this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to sit here and very quietly just accumulate footage.
Mm-hmm.
And then somewhere along the way I'm going to sit down and edit what I have.
You know, in those early years of my life, I can just feel snatches of memories, you know. It don't lead nowhere. I mean, it don't make sense, you know.
It doesn't really matter, though, does it?
No. I can like when I talk about that guy running across there, that's all I remember about it. But I couldn't have been very...
I hear a big prop job coming from somewhere, but I don't see nothing. Wait a minute. Okay.
I heard that grinding sound.
Well, that's the highway. That's that concrete over above the pavement.
Uh-huh. I can remember flashes of things, you know.
Yeah. Well,
several things I can remember. I can remember things, incidents when I was older, but it was just an incident at the time, you know.
Right. Well, what about the day you heard about Pearl Harbor? What was happening that day?
Well, me and my dad and another man was out there building a shed on this big barn. And my mother came to the door of the kitchen and yelled at us and told us about that, you know. It was probably 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, it's a good day.
Yeah.
We was...
Now, I got a question for you. Up to that point, had you ever heard of Pearl Harbor?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I knew about it.
How so?
Well, when I was a kid, I knew about it. Part of my schooling.
Oh, okay. The Hawaiian Islands and all that?
Yeah. See, I had... Let's see. That was 1941, wasn't it?
Right.
I think I was it was Sunday, and I was still in school, I think.
Senior or junior in high school?
Senior.
That's right. You said you graduated in 1941.
Yeah. Graduated in the spring.
And that wasn't until December.
Right. Well, that's right.
So it was just after you graduated from high school. Well, I remember the weekend Kennedy got shot like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Well, I heard it. I was eating supper one time, and I heard it, and a day or so later, like I was eating supper again, or noon, and come over the radio that that other guy shot Oswald, you know.
Well, I remember that because I was watching it on live television.
We didn't have no television at the time.
Yeah, that was a rare commodity. Even in Arkansas, I don't remember you ever having a TV.
Well, we got one before we left down there. And I know I was called up on that goddamn house, hooking the antenna up.
I bet that was fun.
You know, that was a high old house, wasn't it?
I always thought it was cool.
It was a good house, but it was a fire trap.
Well, I remember the hole in the bathroom because you shot a snake in that bathroom.
Yeah, I did. I can remember the effect on my ears. Bam!
And I can remember, wasn't there a bat in the house one night?
Yes, in the kitchen, flew around in there. We left the door open and shut the damn light off, and finally it went out. I've had several incidents like that.
Right.
One time I was in that north bedroom. That's when Doc was just a little kid. Oh, probably 8 years old. And my mother discovered a little old snake, about that long, a bull snake in there. And she's all telling about the snake in the house and Doc piped up and said, well, that's nothing. I've known he was in there for a while.
Yeah, that's just like Mom to be cool, calm, and collected.
I knew about that. It was just a bull snake, she said. You know, when I was growing up in that part of the country, they was what we called spread heads. Now, there's an old snake that'd be about that long, different sizes, of course, but the biggest one's about that long, and they'd sit up with their old head like that, widen out like that. I'd see one like out in the road or somewhere, or where there's no grass or cover, you know. See him there, and I know I used to call him to take a careful aim and blow his head off.
Right. Hello. All these damn planes are going to the south to take off to the north.
Yeah,
There's 2 of them out there.
I see him.
Oh, well.
You know that 80 acres over there on that place had that little creek through there, you know, and Baker's old lady wanted me to take the 2 kids over there and let them fish, you know. And little old Margaret, she's only about like Riley, you know, Riley.
Right.
And I took him over and set the boy down, got him set. I was thinking of snakes and things. And I got the little old girl and set her right on a bank right there between my knees, you know, where she could play. And I looked down there at the edge creek, and there was a goddamn big moccasin out there about 6 feet away.
Right.
So I took a pistol with me, and I carefully like it, and I dispatched him.
Right.
But I'm trying to protect that little old girl, keeping her hold of her, you know. And so I sat down with her and sat right on top of one, I'm going to say. I hated that goddamn snake deal.
I understand that. But that was also a great place to go fishing for perch.
Mm-hmm.
That little creek in there, I remember catching a few perch in there.
Yeah,
And some pretty good sized one, too.
that was a branch off of Bear Creek, you know, is what it was. Bear Creek was on the north side, just on the north side of our line.
Oh, my goodness. Now, if you will take a look at where those 2 planes are, you will notice that there's a different configuration over there now.
Damn sure is.
The cockpits are open.
I see them. 1, 2, it's 3 cock.
It.
I'm looking at that goddamn fence. I see the cockpit. They're up like that.
Yeah.
That means they're thinking about something, don't
It's possible. I just happened to look that way and catch that.
it? I'm supposed to know now.
Yeah, I remember that little area. You know, the funny thing is that I remember the house. I remember that house as it was situated to the road. I remember that big, what was it, a pecan tree in the front yard?
It was a big oak tree.
It was a big oak tree. I remember that thing being so big that you couldn't wrap your arms around it.
Oh, yeah. And it's still there. It was last time I saw it. You know, that place had a big old porch clear along that side of it.
Yes, and it was all screened in.
Yeah, and they tore it off.
And put up pillars.
Yeah, they just removed it.
Well, but when we went through there in '68, on the way to, it was the winter we buried Granddaddy. They had put pillars on the front.
I've forgotten now just what they did there. We just drove by, you know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I stopped there, and there was a couple of girls down there by the gate. Dot and I, we stopped. You got to talk with them, and where is it at?
It's over the top of us.
Anyhow, she saw that Colorado tag and said, "Oh, I wish we was in cool Colorado." And that was in the middle of the summertime. And we said, "It ain't cool." It's just like it is here. It's hot. Anyhow, she thought that living in Colorado was wonderful. I didn't know who she was.
Right.
That little old girl, little Margaret, she, I kind of made a pet out of her, you know.
You make a pet out of all the little girls.
Yeah, and they told me, wanted me to go over to the edge of town there and get her and bring her home. She was visiting somebody over there and got in a fight. And sent me and George Baker's daughter over there to get her, you know. I thought I'd take her along in case I had to fight, you know. That's a airplane moving there.
Yeah, that's a Cessna.
Anyhow, that little old kid come out there, she was crying and going on, and we was coming home, and I kept trying to get her calmed down like that. I said, "Margaret, why didn't you bust him one? You know, bust him one." So, and I got the little old girl in the mood. She was saying, "No, I wouldn't bust him," you know.
There you are, starting trouble. I am
Anyhow,
shocked.
I stopped her for crying and got her to end the other train of thought, you know. And that other kid that was with me, she thought that was funny, that transformation there. You come up there and telling her mother that I was influencing that poor little kid, you know.
Well, I like what I caught you saying there, and that is you got her mind off of being upset.
Yeah, that's what the idea was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got in a fight with some other little inch-long kids.
Well, speaking of that, my young son called me last night.
Yeah.
And wanted to talk to me because he had clocked out and walked away from the job again.
He did?
He didn't quit. He just got into it with some new female manager, and she was going off the hook, giving him a bunch of crap, and he decided he wasn't going to deal with it.
Yeah.
And he talked for several minutes and exercised the irritation that was in his system.
Yeah.
And decided he felt better after we finished our conversation.
He'll fool around and get fired some of these days.
Well, you know what? I don't know that. I mean, he's very, very responsible about the way he handles that stuff. But he knows his own temper. I mean, he got mad at some customer not too long ago. And what his boss said was there's a difference between feeling something and doing something, and he walked away from the situation. And basically, that's what he did last night, was walk away from the situation.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's better to do
the
that
thing
with-
is that he has the potential of being a manager if he really wanted to. And I don't know that he really wants to, but he has that much responsibility around there that he's willing to take on without, quote unquote, officially being a manager.
Well, you know, the trouble of it is, like she's talking with some that boss in the deal, and being a female, sometimes them people are short-tempered.
Well, if she's coming in trying to do her own thing against, trying to exercise her own control over the environment without taking into consideration the entire environment,
Yeah.
she's pretty well asking for trouble.
Oh, yeah.
And I tend to believe what he's telling me because he hasn't gone out of his way to bullshit me yet. I mean,
Well, he knows.
because I got the impression from, that guy that was talking to us yesterday morning
Yeah.
that he relies on Kirk quite a bit.
And look here, comes one crossways.
Yeah, that's that Cessna we were watching go down the other way. They're still flying to the north.
Yeah. Well, it don't move like them jets does it?
No.
No, he knows what he's doing over there, or he wouldn't have been working there a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, he's more responsible at his age than I was at his age. Like a look. Now watch, what's he going to do? Is he going to go south or north? Bet he goes south. If he turns to the right, he's not turning either direction yet.
South.
Yeah, he's going south. Ah, that sucks.
Well, he wouldn't have that long to run, would he?
No. He can go down, turn around, and come back if he wants to. And those cockpits over there are still open.
I just know this much, that when you're working for somebody else or running a public business, like I say, the customer is always right. I mean, if you mess around like that, you get into difficulty.
Well, if he gets into trouble, it will be that because he did it to himself.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that he's willing to talk to me and let me help him
Oh, yeah.
calm things down, because I don't want to see him get in any unnecessary trouble.
Shit. No.
My example to him is, do you really want to sit on the opposite sides of a piece of glass and talk over a phone? And for some strange reason, he seems to understand what I'm talking about.
Well, damn, you're right. He'd better.
Yeah. Look, if you want to end up being an idiot like your old man, that's a good opportunity
Well, like you
to
say,
find out.
The University of Colorado educated you, didn't it?
The University of Hard Knocks of the state of Colorado
Yeah.
educated me.
Yeah.
Or more to the point, I educated myself.
Yeah. I've educated myself on several different occasions.
Yeah, but you chose to be a lot more responsible than I ever was.
Well, it wasn't that I chose it. It was a deal what had to be, you know.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I have slowly but surely developed a real good understanding of my dad. And the worst of that was understanding that I wasn't as much different as him.
Yeah.
I wasn't as different as... I was more like him than I was willing to admit.
Yeah. Well, like say, me being responsible, like you say, it wasn't my idea. I can remember my dad sitting down beside an old cow and setting me in between his knees, and said, "Now let's get a hold of this old cow, and let's see how you can do it, learning me to milk a damn old cow. Now this old cow, if you don't watch yourself, she'll kick the hell out of you. And everything. And from then on, I was one of the guys that took care of that. I wasn't much bigger than little old Riley was.
You know what?
What?
I still remember how to do that.
Yeah.
I still remember. The whole motion about getting your hand around it and squeezing it and coming back. Oh my God.
You know,
I can remember that. I mean,
yeah.
I don't remember that I've done that in the better part of 50 years.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
But I still remember it.
It's been a long time since I did that. No, not so damn long either. I had a cow or two over there.
Right.
But I
Well, see, that's the place that I first remember doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No? Didn't we used to milk cows in Arkansas?
Damn right.
See, that's what I was going to say before.
Uh-huh.
I can remember the lake to the south, that pond to the south,
Uh-huh.
that little nasty-looking pond to the north.
Uh-huh.
But I don't much remember I don't remember much of what was on the backside of the house.
You mean the house we live in, you mean?
In Arkansas.
Just a pasture?
Yeah, but you had, I have vague memories of the barn back there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I was...
That barn was north of the house and down the hill.
Now, see, I don't remember all that back there.
I remember one incident. I had a bucket calf down there, just a little guy, and you was a petting him, playing with him, and Dot says, "Art, get away from my calf," like that, or something other. And anyhow, I said, no, it was me that told him to get away from the calf. And Dot said, imagine a little old calf like that hurting anybody.
Yeah, I see him.
And so I just ignored it. And we were down there in that little milking barn. And pretty soon you come a screaming or running out of the place, yelling or holding to yourself. And it turned out the calf kicked you in the balls.
Thanks for reminding me.
It wasn't
Is
funny,
that what happened to my voice?
I know. It hurts. I've been kicked with them little parts. Get one that's about 6 months old. The other one that can really pelt you one.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was astonished when you come a screaming out there, you know. It wasn't funny at the time, anyhow.
Well, fortunately for me, I don't remember.
Well, you know, a damn little old calf will kick, it'll hit you in the damn shins. You know, you learn them to milk, to drink out of a bucket. You catch him, hold him in between your legs, get up like that, and you stick your finger in his mouth, and he'll, and you grind it, pull it out, and it drinks that way. And the next time, he'll drink out of the bucket by himself.
Right.
Well, I've enjoyed myself with lots of them disagreeable things.
I remember that tomcat. That's the most stark. I remember two things. Well, there's the day that Mom beat that water moccasin to death
Yeah.
with that cane pole.
Mm-hmm.
There's the day we buried that yellow tomcat out there where you were plowing the field with those two.
Yeah.
Well, they were mules or horses?
Mules.
They were mules. I remember seeing you do that. I have that distinct memory
yeah.
of you doing that.
Plowed that little old patch.
And there was another one there that I... Oh my God, what was the other thing I was going to say? I remember the bat. Oh man, there's another one in there and I can't picture it. I even remember Jimmy Baker vaguely.
Yeah.
I have a picture of him. It seems to me that his head was literally shaved. His hair was really, 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 really short.
Yeah, I think he did go that way. He was born in 1949.
I remember Patsy taking a shower in the backyard, and you had built a series of a big open top tent so she could take a shower.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that's the first time I remember Patsy.
One time, there in front of the house, I put her on that little horse we had, just sitting there, and the horse let 2 or 3 good, healthy farts, and she's, Uncle Carlos, what's he doing? And I said, I couldn't think of nothing else. I said, oh, he knickers once in a while. Don't sound like knickering to me. Yeah. And funny little kids. She's a playing with a calf out there over at Milan. Just a bucket calf, And I picked her up and set her on top of the calf. And she didn't think much of that. She'd been used to riding a horse, but she didn't think much of setting astride of that calf.
Right.
Old calf just sat there, didn't do nothing.
I remember on that one pond to the south of the house,
Yeah.
Mom caught a great big bass out of that sucker.
Yeah, there was some.
And I mean, I remember that was a fight to the finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It was late in the afternoon, and you and Dad and Grandpa had gone to some big reservoir somewhere close to go fishing yourselves. And I remember the battle Mom had with that fish.
Oh, yeah. There was several good bass in there.
She caught one of them. I remember that. And that's where I remember that I learned how to clean fish for cooking.
One time, that's after we sold the place, we was living up on the 80 acres, I went and rebuilt part of that old barn, so we lived there for a year, or nearly a year. And anyhow, that guy's little old boy, about the size of Riley, he was up there wading in that down the low water side of that pond, and suddenly started screaming and hollering and going on. And I was over there, and I come a running over there, and our dad come a running back up, like I seen what was wrong, and I says, "You better stop him from doing that." I said, "There's moccasins in there." Well, he says he'll just have to learn for himself. How could a guy be that goddamn dumb?
I don't know.
Them kids scare the shit out of a guy. They'll walk right up behind a damn big old horse. You lay it to the horse having brains, not them, The damn horse come up and touch his hind hock, and just liable to kick you like a football.
Right.
I've done some stupid stuff with that. That shed we talked about building when the war started?
Right.
I was in there on the back of that horse in that shed one day, and I reached up, and see, it had tin roof. I reached up, touched the tin, pushed it just like it. It said, "Ba-bonk," you know how it will do. And that scared the damn horse. And I went out the horse went out from under the damn thing, and I was laying in the damn manure out there at the edge of it.
Right.
It's the wonder I hadn't knocked my brains on the edge of that, you know it. What's them guys keep standing with a pickup out on that damn thing?
I don't know. He was racing up the road just a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still watching those two jets over
Here
there.
comes a damn Cessna.
Yeah.
These are retractable too, you notice that?
Yeah.
He's got more than a 65 horse engine on that.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to see what those jets are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
It looks to me like one of the cockpits is closed. But I can't. It's hard to tell. I'm going to have to start getting moving here pretty quick because I got to go to work.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so thrilled. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's still running. Okay, we'll let it shut.